Good morning, Los Banos, and welcome to the Los Banos Today Morning Show. The morning show is brought to you by the Central Valley Geeks. The Central Valley Geeks for all your computer and iPhone repair needs. Give the Geeks a call today at 209-826-3410. That number again, 209-826-3410. And we have a special guest here with us tonight, as well as Rhonda Lowe is back from the, let me see if I can get this right, UC Merced SBDC.
You got it.
And welcome back, Rhonda.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And welcome, Mason. And that's Mason Ferreira. All right. And so, if I got it correct, you are a young entrepreneur, and you were in the contest that the UC Merced SBDC hosted. And I'm going to go ahead and let Rhonda tell us about this event. We spoke with Rhonda a few months back when Rhonda was just beginning the workshops to get this all fired up and running. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know, maybe you can kind of catch them up to where you're at today.
Okay. Well, it was back in March when I first started talking with Dr. Marshall at the school district, right, as well as Stacy Elms at the city of Los Banos. And we came up kind of with this idea about how together the three of us could kind of create something that I had seen several months, maybe even more than a year before that. And it was about giving young people the opportunity to take an idea they had for a business and to see what it was like to be an entrepreneur. Right. And so the city and the school district were on board immediately with it, and they provided anything that we asked for and everything that we needed. And so we started promoting it, and we knew it was the end of the school year, and so that presented some obstacles to deal with, because kids weren't necessarily thinking about anything except summer vacation.
Yeah, wanting to lounge around.
But we had some I heard from Mason and his mom early on. His mom is a teacher at Henry Miller.
Oh, okay.
And she's also a Boy Scout leader.
Okay.
Right? And so she had me come over and talk to her and another sixth grade teacher at Henry Miller. And I believe you were there at the time that I came over and talked to them about it. So he was going to work on a Boy Scout merit badge.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
kind of what kind of got this whole thing rolling. So we pushed on through, and then this last Wednesday night at 5 o'clock in the evening, he set up his table out in the the City Hall lobby, not the
Which
hotel.
can sometimes feel like a hotel.
Yeah, and people came, and he got to present his business idea. I brought this was actually his business plan that he created for his business.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, it's pretty amazing, and it's as good as any business plan I've seen from any adult anywhere.
Interesting.
He went through his costs on things. He went through his marketing plan. He went through some obstacles that he knew he would come up against, and things that he was going to do to answer those obstacles.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. And so the people that came and saw him at his table, he was actually sold out just a little over an hour after
I
he
was
put
reading
all of
that. I was reading it. How exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of good comments from people. I think people took the opportunity to ask him questions, kind of getting what a Youth Business Expo is all about. They really wanted to see what it is that he had done. And so some really good feedback, and people were pretty much really amazed with him.
Wow. Now, this is the first for us, for a lot of us. So I'm going to go a little by little. We're going to kind of, take little nibbles at this. But basically, you own a company called Muddy Paws Bakery.
Yes.
And you're 12 years old.
Yes.
Now, how does that work? First of all, what is does his parents have to own it, or how does that work, Rhonda?
Well, the city of Los Banos allows young people to have a business, and they can have a business license.
Okay.
And that's exactly. I'm not sure. Did you sign up for your business license yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so he's going to. But they will allow them to write a letter, and they can waive fees because, and they really want to encourage young people to do this, which I think is amazing.
And that's the incentive.
Yeah.
to get the kids to get inspired, like you said, at summertime, kids, you just want to lounge around, but not the entrepreneurs.
Right.
The entrepreneurs are always going. Lemonade stands, whatever it is, the entrepreneurs are out doing it, and that's what we're talking about today. And so, Mason, you have this entrepreneurial spirit that we've been talking about here on our show, and that's why we're interested. And I want to kind of know from you, how did you get started? I mean, did you just wake up one day and say, I think I'm going to start a business, or did you just kind of fall into it?
I saw the expo and wanted to do it, so I started thinking about company ideas. I asked myself what I like to do. I like dogs and I like baking. Muddy Paws is a pet baker.
So you like dogs, you like to bake. Now, how did you get into baking?
Baking just happened.
So you were just messing around and you were like, hey, I like this. This is fun. Because I'm noticing you have, and I'm reading from my notes here, you have human grade fresh ingredients. Now, does that mean that these treats are edible by humans even though they're designed for dogs?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
He
Wow.
had samples on his table Wednesday night that people could try, and I think there was actually a few people that did take a bite of them.
Wow, that's interesting. So you brought some samples here today with you to show us. Give us an idea of some of the ingredients and the different varieties that you have available at this time.
At this time, I have 3 different varieties right now. I have my Hound Dog's Favorite, which has peanut butter, banana, oats, whole wheat flour, and eggs. I have my Hearty Beef Chews, which consists of Pacheco brand beef from the Arbitrary. And I
From the
have,
abattoir here?
yes,
Really?
this is so far the only one that has locally sourced ingredients.
Wow, locally sourced ingredients. Wow, he's using some big words. Here we go.
And my Bugsy Treats, which have apple, carrot, cinnamon applesauce, oats, whole wheat flour, chicken broth, egg, and poultry seasoning.
So let me ask you this. You sound like the man of the kitchen. How did you come up with these ingredients? Did you have to do research? Did your parents help you in this part of it? Who did you go to find out what would be good for dogs?
I went to a vet and I went to Pinterest.
Wow.
Pinterest.
Really? Okay, and what did you learn?
I learned that cinnamon is good for dogs, coconut is good for their skin, and other healthy recipes.
Wow. So this is some serious research that you've put into this. You've checked on it, you've done your homework, and we're talking about fresh homemade ingredients. So it's not anything that is going to cause a dog to have any kind of response to it. It's really good for the animal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if a human can eat it, we're not going to have a problem with dogs.
Unless it's chocolate.
Right, and this is exciting. So let's go back to Mom and Dad. And Dad's out there in the audience. And is that your younger brother?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody out there in the audience. And so we're excited to have you guys with us here today as well. And let's talk about your parents. How much did Mom and Dad get involved? I mean,
A little bit, but
did they really let you go and just kind of let you run with it?
That was part of the rules, that
That's
it
very
had to
exciting.
be no parental involvement.
That is very exciting. And how did you feel? Were you kind of uncomfortable? How did you
with
feel
the
with that?
things that had to do with them helping me, like law stuff.
Certain
Legal-
things. There were
legal
certain
things
things
and
that kind of made you feel uncomfortable, but you attacked them one at a time, and you looked at them. You said, "Well, let me deal with this."
Yeah.
And that's important because even as older business owners, we can find challenges that we come up against very cumbersome and very sometimes difficult to overcome.
Right.
So that's great that you're learning that. That's one of the things that we learn as business owners. That's exciting. So you had a great response. A lot of people showed up. And how did that make you feel?
Good.
Made you
Then
feel really good, huh?
People know about the business of young entrepreneurs.
And let's talk about your goals now. Now, I mean, Mason, you heard about Rhonda's program the expo, you got involved, you said, I want to do something with this. Now that you've done it, where do you plan to go from here? What's your goals?
Nationwide, well, half the country in 5 years. 15 nationwide.
Wow. Those are some big goals for a very short span of time. Rhonda, looking at this and looking at the entrepreneur, the last time you were on our show, we saw some examples that you had brought with you
Right.
of a few children who have succeeded at doing just that.
Exactly.
And so we know it's possible. In fact, one of them was on the Shark Tank, received a $60,000.
Right.
Wow. And so we know it's doable.
Well, even one of the judges on their comments suggested that he goes on Shark Tank because they do
Yeah.
a kids version on Shark Tank, which is pretty amazing in and of itself.
Right. Is that something you think you might entertain?
More into the future.
More into the future? As you get more, so do you have, so your prices are $5. So it's $5 per bag. Let's hold this up to the camera. And you said this one again was, what was that?
Peanut butter, banana, oats, whole wheat flour, and eggs.
Peanut butter, banana, so is this considered a snack? Or is it an actual, because it's got peanut butter in it? And I know that's my favorite snack.
I think that's a size for small dogs, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
that he has 2 sizes for small dogs and
Okay.
large dogs.
Oh, so you got a
Did you
size-
bring any of the big ones?
No.
Yep.
And so you said this one is sourced from the abattoir. This one here. This is the Hardy Beef Chews. So Mason, how does somebody go about getting a hold of you to place an order?
I have a website, I have a Facebook page, and that's pretty much it. Where
What
they
is
can
your
find me.
website?
bit.ly/Muddy Paws Bakery.
Wow. And what is your Facebook?
Muddy Paws Bakery.
Muddy Paws Baker?
Bakery.
Bakery. Okay. So you're back in school. You're in the
Yes.
Boy Scouts.
Yes.
You got a busy schedule.
Busy.
How are you going to fit baking into that busy schedule?
Weekends if I don't have something to do.
Weekends if you don't.
And after school.
So you're going to be busy.
Busy.
Congratulations. We want to commend you on your award. Now, you got a certificate, and we will be putting that certificate up for everybody to see. We're very excited. We're going to be writing an article as well.
Nice.
We've got some photos from your Facebook page. We're super excited. We would love to have you come back 6 months, a year, and kind of keep us up to date with how it's going. Now, will he be participating in any future expos? How does that work?
He'll be welcome to.
He'll be welcome to.
I think one thing, speaking as a business coach, what amazed me with Mason, because you never know with young people
Right.
how far they're going to go with anything. Like I said, his business plan was amazing. His marketing was amazing. It was over the top. He had T-shirts made. He had a thing made for his table that had his logo on it. He had business cards.
Wow.
He has a frequent
Buyer card.
buyer
Loyalty
card, and that's also available
I
as
was
an
reading
e-one.
about that. Something like 11, every 11th one is a free one or something
Yes.
like that?
Buy 10.
I
get
mean,
one
that's
free.
really, when you think about it, that is very sophisticated
That's very
for
sophisticated.
anybody to do in business. So for a young person like him, he really blew our minds, frankly. Yeah.
And I'm blown away just sitting here.
Yeah.
I love the layout. I love what you've done with the flyers and the posters and everything. It looks really good. It's very well done. And I just can't believe the ingredients. It's very well thought out, very well planned. So we're excited. We're going to have this video up for you guys tomorrow here on the Las Vegas Today Morning Show. That will be Tuesday. And you'll be able to see Mason and this story, as well as it'll all be on our website with the photos of Mason at City Hall
Yeah.
receiving his certificate from the
Right.
mayor. I believe it works.
And we're hoping other kids really find him to be inspirational.
Yes.
And know that they too can start a business. There's nothing to limit them.
So Rhonda, where do you go from here? Is there another workshop in the works? Where are we at right now?
We're going to do some debriefing with the city and with the school district and find out, is there a better time to do it? I was totally happy with the people that came and their response and his ability to sell things as quickly as he did. So we want to make sure that each year gets better and better.
Right.
And I'm here to help in any way as a business coach to help them, anybody that wants to.
So maybe I'm digging in too soon, but is there any thoughts you might have, ideas you might have that for the next one that might make it a little better?
I've had a couple of parents contact me and ask for a younger age to be able to come. We did 6th through 12th grade this year.
Right.
And we've had a couple of parents that said they have children that have business ideas and they're younger than that and wanting to know if we would expand it. And we knew our first one, we wanted to kind of keep it as manageable as we could, because none of us had ever done that. And in my research, we saw much younger kids doing things like that and being successful.
Right.
So now we know it can be done. Right. And we got one under our belt. And
so Rhonda, what is your contact information for those out there who are interested in the next workshop, which is in the works, in the planning stages? How do they get a hold of you?
Well, my email address is lbpub@earthlink.net. And I'm on Facebook at Rhonda Lowe Business Coach. And I'm on there all the time. That's an easy way to reach me.
Yeah, as well as you can see Rhonda, a lot of Rhonda's in a lot of our shows on Las Banas today. You'll be seeing her information inside the article as well. And so Mason, we just want to say thank you so much. I know it's late and everybo's pretty tired, but it's an exciting opportunity to meet you, to meet somebody who's got that entrepreneurial spirit like many of us. And thank you once again for joining us here on the show. And again, we welcome you back anytime to keep us up to date with how your business is going. And thank you once again, Rhonda, for coming in again. It's always a pleasure, and we're always excited to hear what you've got going on in the community.
And thank you for being a supporter of this. You were supportive from the very first time I told you about it, and that makes all the difference for getting the word out here. And we need to be featuring kids like this. This is not only our future of our community, but these are the shining examples that we want out there.
And one of the things I'm learning after a year and a half of volunteering on this show, that volunteering can get pretty tiring when the other volunteers seem to kind of disappear.
Yeah. But when you have that passion.
we get a little spread thin. So.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, and I'm grateful, and grateful to see what you guys are doing and where we're going. And once again, thank you so much. Remember to like and share the video. Have a great day. Bye.